Hi, I'm Jessica Marksbury, and joining me today for a round here at Trump National Golf Club Los Angeles is the most decorated American male alpine skier ever, Bode Miller. Bode, cheers to you.
Thanks.
Thank you so much
Cheers.
for your time today.
Absolutely.
Let's have a sip of this. I'm a little nervous. Wow. Okay, that is Macallan 12. That was your choice. Talk to me about what we're drinking today and why.
Well, I'm getting to that age now where I'm trying to grow up slowly, and I believe that Macallan 12 or a bourbon or a scotch are sort of those, they were those mystical drinks that when you were little, old people drank, and they seemed to really enjoy it, differently than college kids who drank beer. I'm trying to move out of that phase of drinking, you know, for the wrong reasons and doing it for the right reasons. I'm not sure what that looks like or how to get there, but I'm giving it everything I got.
So all of your fans know all about your Olympic exploits around the world, but not everybody knows that you're a golfer. When did golf come into the picture for you?
I had kind of an interesting, I guess, learning curve in that my grandmother and I was really close to my mom's mom, and she was a crazy lady. She liked gambling and speeding. She was a ski racer. She tried to make the Olympics in '54. She was from Lake Tahoe, and just really kind of a really cool grandmother, not one of those like, you know, brush your teeth, like, and so to spend time with her, I really hadn't been exposed to golf at all, but she went and played 9 holes every 2 or 3 days. And so she offered to pay me, 30 cents or something to carry her bag for her. So I went out, and for probably 5 years, I carried her bag while she played, and I never really swung the club, and she didn't offer. And I think that was probably, she knew me better than most people, that if she'd told me I should play, I probably would have said, no, this game's lame, or something else like that I'm dealing with now with my kids. But so that was when I loved the game, because I spent time with somebody who I really cared about, and it was awesome being outside and just walking around.
So do you follow the tour? Were you kind of a Tiger fan when Tiger was in his heyday?
Yeah, and I mean, Tiger, I really was a fan of a lot of the ball strikers, the guys. I mean, I love watching Bubba play, and that he does things differently. It's the way I ski as well. I mean, I ski partly with, my own expression, partly as mimicking the best that I've seen, but I never look like them because I'm just not that good. But, I think Tiger was special in that he was just almost born to be who he was. It's like you always felt like it was like a gift.
What's the coolest invitation you've received? Have you played like the big 3, Augusta, Cypress, Pine Valley, or any of those kind of top 10 courses that?
Yep, I played Pine Valley, a guy. It's one of the reasons why I always am very sort of giving with my time. I donated an auction item, was to play a round of golf with me as a fundraiser, and the guy bought the round of golf, and I never really ask for anything in return. I just kind of, the money goes to the foundation or whatever that I'm donating it to. And then, as the world turns, the guy said, oh yeah, we can go out and play Pine Valley 2 days in a row. And, it's one of those little back scratches that feels awful good because you never know. Sometimes you end up at a muni course playing a 6-hour round, but that was spectacular. And I also had a really interesting time.
Did Pine Valley live up to the hype for you?
I played really bad when I was there, which makes it tough.
It's so hard.
And when you play bad, a golf course, like, I don't even remember the course because I was in the trees and then I was in the bushes.
You were in the pines, not the valleys.
But the layout is spectacular, and they have the par 3 course that mimics the approach shots of all the holes. So I played that one as well the second day in the morning before we went out and played, and it was unbelievable. It's so cool to see how they did. I mean, it just seems like a dream when you see it firsthand. It really is an unbelievable experience.
So Bode, you mentioned how when you're playing in these pro-ams, it can be scary because there are people lining the fairways. I'm just not sure. I feel like I would just hook it into anybody that's standing in front of me, but that actually happened to you. It was your then girlfriend and now wife that you actually hit right in the face with a driver, right?
It was a 5-wood, but yeah, and honestly, it's still, golf has changed for me after that experience. My wife was out in front of me on a par 5. We were waiting for the greens to clear, and it was a split fairway, and there's a tree in the middle, and she went behind the tree and was waiting for me to hit, and she didn't know that I was about to hit, so she had her head not sticking out, but just barely, and I hit and kept my head down kind of, and I thought I hit the tree because I heard that noise of like a, and I had a friend right next to me, and he saw the whole thing happen, and he started running, and if anything like that has ever happened to you, it's terrifying.
Well,
And
I hit my dad in the face as like a 7-year-old, but certainly not.
No, this was a different feel, but I'm sure the experience was somewhat the same. It's terrifying. And yeah, now that I've had gone through that experience, I'm even more tentative when there's people lining the fairways, because I've seen it happen firsthand, and I've seen what kind of luck it takes to survive it.
Golf is returning to the Olympics. I'm curious on your thoughts on that, because as excited as a lot of people are, there's a bit of kind of mixed reactions on tour. It's a very packed schedule during the summer, as you know, with the majors and a lot of big events, and a lot of guys just think that it's too much to ask to go down to Rio and play in the Olympics also. What are your thoughts on that?
Oh, I have to travel all the way to Rio and play some rounds of golf. I mean, you're not going to get a lot of sympathy from me. They wedge the Olympics into our season every year, and we travel similar to the golf guys. I mean, we go week to week, and sometimes 3, but they have rounds of golf, we have events, but they're usually at one location, sometimes as many as 3 or 4 a week, and the travel in between is brutal. So I know how it can be, and it is demanding, but that's part of what makes it a challenge, and that's partly why winning it means so much. I think that's the idea, and it, as much as it can be a hassle, I think these guys they'll rise to the occasion, and it's a pretty special time to be able to represent your country.
So you're currently retired. Any chance that you're going to pop out of retirement anytime soon?
Yeah, there's definitely a chance. If I can build the right skis and make the environment exciting enough, then I'll definitely be back out to ski. I don't know that I'll take on the circuit anymore, because the demands of traveling around week to week for 5-6 months in a row all over Europe is just too much for my family. But doing some events, I love being in shape, and I don't really, I don't think I'll lose the speed. It's just, I do have to manage the risk, but I'm pretty comfortable with that, and my wife is fairly comfortable with it. So it will be a family decision, but I can definitely see doing some more races.
Well, one of the perks of retirement, should you choose to stay, is playing a lot of golf in general. So finally, I just want to ask you, talk to us about your game, your strengths and your weaknesses, and kind of what you're hoping to achieve going forward.
Well, I don't know if you know, but I was on the PGA task force a couple years ago, and we were trying to figure out ways to grow the game of golf. And now, as luck would have it, the PGA of America, or whichever organization has made the rule about outlawing the long putter, has really done damage to my game, because that was my crutch. I get up and down 85-90% of the time from around the green, and that's mostly due to my long putter, because if I put it within 6 or 8 feet, I make it almost every time. And but now I lose that, and all of a sudden the little putter feels like some kind of it's like a noodle, and it's unbelievably challenging.
Is it a belly putter or a
No, full length chest,
wow.
The broomstick.
Well, you can still use that. You just can't anchor it.
No, but I looked at the rules pretty specifically, and it's like you really have to. And granted, no one's going to come out there and be measuring how I'm holding it, because they don't care about me shooting 76.
Well, something tells me that you will manage that noodle eventually. Just a little bit more
I'm just going to keep using the long putter. I'm going to wait till somebody comes out there and says, "You're anchoring." I'm going to say, "I'm not. Look, feel me. Feel me as I putt. I'm not anchoring," and see what happens then.
I like it. Bode, cheers to you. Thank you so much for your time today. It's a pleasure to talk to you.
Excellent. Thank you.
And best of luck on your round today, too.
I appreciate it. Thank you.